We have talked to HABC. Again, this is about looking at every single policy and practice.
We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Fox 45 News is demanding answers, asking how could the city not know about a block party that happens every year? We've gotten reaction from the mayor as the investigation into the mass shooting at Brooklyn Homes continues. Former Baltimore Mayor Catherine Pugh still listed on an advisory board at the State Department of Transportation. The question is about her position at a time when she was behind bars. And topping national news, a new ethics code for the Supreme Court, the Senate group that is voting on those new rules today. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. A city in crisis. We are nearing 3 weeks since the deadly mass shooting in South Baltimore, and police still have not charged anyone with that shooting. In the days following, public safety agencies have claimed that they didn't know the event was happening, despite it being held every year. Fox 45 News sat down with the city's housing authority to get more answers on how they were so unaware. Olivia Dance shows us what the president of that agency had to say and how the mayor is responding.
Mayor Scott is saying the housing authority should have known about the Brooklyn Day block party, but he's stopping short of saying that he doesn't have confidence in Janet Abrahams, the leader of the agency.
We think that Janet is quite a capable leader and has done some great things at HABC. The folks that actually are responsible for that housing development should have known.
The Brooklyn Day block party has been around for more than 20 years, but this year it went seemingly undetected and things went terribly wrong. Now, we took that concern to Abrahams, the HABC president and CEO, who says the tenant council usually put on the event, but that panel hasn't been in place for a few years. But she says they know who held this year's event, and they have turned that information over to police. Now, take a listen to what she said when asked if the people responsible for throwing the party will be able to stay in their public housing at Brooklyn Homes.
30 people were shot. 8 of those families belong to us. The rest of them did not live on HABC property. What I mean when I say that is, I don't want to be punitive with residents because you made a mistake. Something happened, right? You provide the electricity, you did something against your lease. Doesn't necessarily mean we're going to evict you, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about what we need to ensure that it doesn't happen again.
Fox 45 News uncovered the man who rented this U-Haul trailer seen at the block party, also rented all the party supplies. The man was arrested in February and May of this year, charged with dealing drugs in Brooklyn Homes. Abraham says new policies restricting time limits on parties, requiring private security and electricity will soon be implemented at all housing properties. Mayor Scott, though, isn't giving us a timeline for when a review of all city agencies and their response to the mass shooting will be complete. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
The mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement is also facing questions about its response to the shooting. During last week's hearing on the shooting response, Councilwoman Odette Ramos asked Acting Commissioner Richard Worley if the Baltimore Police Department would be open to an independent review of the department's response. He said yes. Yesterday, Fox 45 News asked the mayor if the same should be done for Monzi.
We'll be making sure that Monty makes any changes that are necessary in every agency, because that's my responsibility and no one else to make sure that that happens.
We want to hear from you. Should city leaders request a special prosecutor to investigate safe streets? So far, 96% of those who voted say yes. You can head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in. Happening today, the Senate Judiciary Committee is set to vote on a new ethics code for the Supreme Court. The legislation would create rules and enforcement for the court, including new transparency standards on gifts and potential conflicts of interest. Committee Democrats say the measure would help the justices assure the public about the Supreme Court's integrity. Republicans say the new rules would undermine the separation of power. 11:04 now. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1. State records show Baltimore's former mayor, Catherine Pugh, was still serving on an aviation advisory council while in federal prison. Pugh was first appointed to the Aviation Administration's Small and Minority Business Council back in 2005. State records show Pugh, who was sentenced to 3 years in prison on fraud and tax evasion charges, remained a council member while in that federal prison in Atlanta. Now, it's unclear if the 11 council members are paid or if they're provided any state perks. Trending number 2, new details about the May 19th beating of a Brooklyn Park man. Police in Anne Arundel County now say it stemmed from a fight between the victim's son and the suspect's nephew. 26-year-old Trevor Garrett Taylor is now behind bars, charged with manslaughter and second-degree assault. Police say he drove the teens to 43-year-old Christopher Wright's home and told him to let the kids finish the fight or he would get beaten up. One neighbor telling Fox 45 she saw the whole fight unfold.
I heard a bunch of noise outside and I looked out the window and I saw a bunch of kids. Then it got real loud and everybody was like fighting, running out the door and stuff like that. Then the little boy came out and he was screaming to try and get his father up. But then when he did get his dad up, the whole back of his head was, was just gone. Sick to my stomach because it was bad.
Another adult male who was at Wright's home has not been charged yet in Wright's death. Trending number 3, a suspect is in custody charged with arson after a massive 3-alarm fire in Baltimore County. Police say Elijah Morgan was arrested late Tuesday night. The fire at the Advanced Auto Parts in Reisterstown was particularly difficult to put out because of the tires, the fuel, and other materials in the building. One firefighter was hurt but has been released from the hospital. Trending number 4, in Prince George's County, an investigation is underway after police say an armored truck employee fired his weapon inside a Starbucks, killing a man. It happened Wednesday near the Penmar Shopping Center. Investigators say they are interviewing multiple witnesses. No one else was injured. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, weather, anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, if you find yourself waiting until the weekend to squeeze in your workouts, you're not alone. Coming up, how a new study finds working out only on the weekend may provide the same benefits as working out each day of the week. McDonald's is being ordered to pay a young girl who was badly burned by a chicken McNugget. How much money that family will get. And you may want to think twice before trying this travel hack, the new trend that is getting some people banned by airlines.
We are looking at another hot and steamy afternoon ahead of us with highs soaring right into the low 90s. Tonight's our next chance for some rain and some storms. I've got an updated look at exactly when they move through and what that means for your weekend in a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
Taking a look at your social stream, Wesleyan University is ending legacy admissions following the Supreme Court decision to strike down race-based affirmative action. Legacy admissions give preferential treatment to applicants with family ties to alumni. Critics argue the practice favors white, wealthy applicants. The school's president says legacy status hasn't played a major role in the school's admission process for years, but says In the wake of the high court ruling, the school felt it was important to formally end it. Reaction on both sides. Betsy saying, as a Wesleyan donor who has kids, I'm so happy they've decided to be a leader on this. My kids have less of a chance of getting in, and my donation amount remains the same. Standing up for what is right is why I love them and donate in the first place. Garth says, I'm all for increasing fairness in admissions, especially aiding disadvantaged applicants, but I don't see why alumni heritage would be dismissed outright. My parents' love for their alma mater was key to my aspirations to attend, yet I got in on my own merit, which is what a lot of the minority applicants would say. They can get in on their own merits if given the chance. Well, a jury is awarding the family of a little girl who was burned by a hot chicken McNugget from McDonald's $800,000. The chicken fell from a Happy Meal and onto her lap, causing second-degree burns. The South Florida jury found that the company was negligent and failed to warn customers about the risk of hot food. Reaction there? Bet this was due to improper cooking method, leaving the chicken soaking wet with hot oil. Time to replace the workers, not wanting to work with robots. Interesting. The parents should be the ones who need to pay. If you don't know that nuggets are hot, you're an idiot. I should sue the steel slides we had back in school. Broward jury deciding damages in McDonald's hot McNugget lawsuit is what that one is referring to. Well, a warning if you are flying this summer. It's a popular hack to try to cut down on ticket costs, but it could get you banned. American Airlines is handing down a 3-year ban to a teenager who tried to skip lag. That's when you buy a flight with a layover, but then you get off the flight at the stopover city. Often tickets to those smaller middle cities are cheaper when they're layovers and not direct flights, but most airlines have banned the practice. Seemed like a smart way to get there on a cheaper. I think American Airlines needs to be more concerned with staffing and overpricing issues rather than banning a teenager for 3 years. On the flip side, at least he won't have to fly a sub. How the tech could help reduce illegal guns on the streets. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. An Oregon company is renting helicopters to fly their employees to work after a week-long bridge closure meant many of them would be faced with an hours-long commute.
They've been talking about it for several months, but about a month and a half is when we knew. And first thought was deciding if you stay open. If you do stay open, what's the best way of transportation? Do you go boat? Do you bus people around? Do you just shut down for the week?
The owner of Right Line Equipment says many companies in the area decided to temporarily close, but they went a different route, so long as they could find a solution to get their workers to the office.
So we try to find a way to create an environment so employees could get over here. It should be efficient and maybe create an experience for them that they won't get to experience again.
Flying to work, though, won't last long. The bridge work is expected to be finished on Saturday. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. What do you think about the bosses flying them into work?
I think it's cool, but that's a hard pass. It's cool. Y'all go ahead. Y'all go ahead and do that. I don't have time. I mean, what really? I mean, come on now. You know what I mean? one time is cool, but I couldn't
But for
see.
a week, you
Yeah.
wouldn't want to do it. So the alternative, when I was reading more about this, the alternative, if you had to drive an alternate route, it could take you 2+ hours one way to get to work, where it used to take you 15 minutes.
I don't know.
I'm not doing that either.
I'm not that hard of a worker. No. We're not
So
doing
you would have preferred them shut down for the week and just.
Well, the money, I mean, what kind of job is it? No, you know what I mean? No, I'm not doing all that, man.
So they make parts for something, and
Yeah.
only, they're one of the only ones, and so you have to be there on site to
do
make
it.
the parts.
Okay.
You couldn't not be there for
I
it.
take my leave. I just be like, I'm good. I take vacation for 2 weeks and I'll be back when I mean, it's too risky.
Well, I'm not wild about having to get in a helicopter and do that, but I applaud the company for thinking of a way to help the employees versus
That's
saying, forget it, it's going to take you 2 hours, it's just a week, you'll get over it,
That's true.
So I applaud that part.
You know what? You're right. Once again, Patrice, you're right. Because you're right. That is pretty cool that they did do that. Because if I was the boss, I'd be like, see you in 3 hours.
All right, Mark. We are talking about some wild weather in the South, and it is leaving behind damage. As meteorologist Amy Aronson shows us, a tornado touchdown in North Carolina.
Yeah, let's head to North Carolina, where they're now assessing all the damage done from that massive tornado that tore through the area yesterday. Actually, in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, that's where all this damage was done to the Pfizer building there due to that very powerful tornado that swept the area. Here's another look from above of the damage done to that massive building there. And then one more look at the actual footage from the tornado as it pushes through Nash County, North Carolina. Significant damage was done to the homes and the businesses within that area. Now, for us, we're actually tracking our next round of storms here. This one will bring us the potential for some severe weather, nothing compared to what they saw there, fortunately. And right now we are in the clear. It's not until later tonight that this next batch of storms from the south and from the west is actually going to track our direction. We are looking at a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a 1 out of 5 on the threat level scale, a much higher risk for our neighbors to the north and west there. But we can't rule out damaging wind gusts, especially as that next round of storms moves in overnight. Right now, we're dry, we're hot, and we are steamy. Temperatures are in the 80s already. Dew points are also up in the 70s. The humidity, yeah, it's noticeable out there, at least for another day. And it's going to be another hot one with highs touching 90. After that, we'll start to be watching for that next cluster of showers and storms. They develop late while most of us are actually sleeping. So overnight tonight, we get the showers and storms pushing through. This would be right around 3 a.m., so right in the middle of the night. We get some really heavy rain coming through, and it actually wraps up just in time for your morning drive on Friday. It's out of here between 5 and 6. The rest of the day will actually start to slice back on some of the heat, the humidity, a little more comfortable with highs returning to the mid and upper 80s at that point. And that's going to set us up actually for a really nice rain-free weekend with some pretty comfortable temperatures too. Perfect for some pool time. Finally, a storm-free weekend. We wrap up with showers early Friday. After that, we're in good shape through Sunday with highs in the upper 80s to near 90 each day. And a quick look ahead at our 10-day forecast shows that dry stretch will take us through at least Monday. After that, I think we are tracking the potential for a few storms again. Plus, the heat is back with the 90s returning for the second half of the week, too.
This summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Cares Summer Diaper Drive. Scan the QR code to help local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. Still ahead, you may notice some changes the next time you go to Target. The new policy the store is rolling out for the first time. And topping local news, fed up with speeding drivers, one person set up their own speed camera. Where it is and how it works and what the real cops are saying about it. 11:22 is the time on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Netflix is scrapping its least expensive ads-free plan. The basic plan, a single stream for $10 a month, is no longer available for new or rejoining members. The move is meant to push customers to Netflix's ad-supported package called Standard with Ads. That package launched in November, and it costs $7 a month. A big change from Target. The company is updating its dress code to allow all employees to wear shorts to work. Target used to only allow employees who worked outside to wear shorts. The announcement comes as much of the country is dealing with record-breaking heat. In your lunch break now, fed up with drivers speeding down their street, someone in Montgomery County put up a fake speed camera.
I have no idea who put it there, but I thought it was hilarious.
It was built to resemble an actual speed camera, complete with authentic-looking signs. Someone even installed a little library ready to read speeders their rights. That's what it was, actually, and it seemed to work.
And actually observed people slowing down for the first time since the 3 years I've been here.
But the county got involved, and they took down the signs, and they said the library had to be moved since there was no permit. Montgomery County Police say the spot is not an approved location for a speed camera. I thought it was a good idea. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
And it was me. I admit, it was me.
That's a good idea.
Coming up, one of your favorite wrestlers joins us, and Lady T will be spilling the tea.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
What's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle Live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with pro wrestler Miami Mike Walker and his manager Hellfire McGuire. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now.
Hey, y'all.
And it wasn't us because we're all still here, but one lucky person in California is waking up a billionaire. There was one ticket matching all 6 numbers in last night's drawing. The numbers were 7, 10, 11, 13. We don't care. We don't give a doggone because we didn't win.
I didn't win.
Jackpot worth an estimated $1.78 billion with a cash value of $558 million. Wow, Miami Mike, this is the kind of money he used to bring with.
I don't get it.
Like, little people understand how I feel.
Bro, let me hold $1. Like, get me some, like, share some with everybody. Come on now.
But how much did you have to give to your manager?
Hey, this is the money guy right here. Hellfire McGuire. He's the one that gets me booked. He's the one that knows about that.
The chain and the shoes. It look like you won the Powerball. What's going on? It look like you won.
If Miami won that money, would you have advised him to take the whole bundle? Would you take the cash payout?
You need to do that as an annuity. But let me tell you, no amount of money is going to change the championship lifestyle, all right?
Okay.
All right? It could make it $1 trillion.
Okay.
All right? We're still getting the dub and hitting the club.
Let them know.
Not a thing changes.
Let them know.
Oh, okay.
You know what they said?
I don't even know what that even means.
Lady T, you used to get flued out. So
What do you mean I'm used to getting
get
Listen, I'm just waiting to see who claims the money so that I can find out if they're my cousin mysteriously or if I'm finna marry them or something.
would do that.
Let's see what happens when they find out who actually claims the ticket, okay? We'll see.
Okay, enough of the money. It turns out a lot of people are cheaters. A new survey found out a majority of people on dating apps like Tinder are already in a relationship. Survey found 65% of users were in a relationship or even married. On top of that, it turns out a lot of people on the site are not looking to meet someone off the app. Just 50% of the users said they're using the app to meet someone in real life.
Let me tell you how these 2 men readjusted themselves so fast.
Hey, don't do that. Don't you do that.
Hold on. That is true. Hellfire got nervous. I noticed that. His shoes started twitching.
Look, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, Mike, we know you.
They readjusted real quick, y'all. Y'all should have seen this.
I get it. I understand. Look, even Miami Mike has a roster of his own. I got Carissa, Marissa, Melissa, Stacy, Casey, Lacey. Look, Hellfire knows.
Oh, no.
He's seen the DMs.
Oh, no.
He promotes the girls that come to the clubs. Like, I get it. I understand. I don't agree with it.
Okay.
To be honest, I don't know if I believe it. But people on Tinder and relationships, that's kind of wild.
That's a wild.
No. Listen, suddenly, the lactose intolerant people can't walk down the dairy aisle. They're just looking. There's nothing wrong with that. How do you know, as a businessman, how do you know if you're not keeping one eye on the competition that you got the best thing going? There's not a problem with this.
All right, look, we were trying to tell it.
Wait, it got real trashy real fast.
I was
gonna say, I'm the only one
here.
here.
You to tell it. Have you ever used a dating app? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, click on the lifestyle tab, and you can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks, okay? Nice phone, by the way. If you find yourself waiting until the weekend to squeeze in your workouts, you're not alone. A new study finds weekends-only workouts may just be just as beneficial as working out every day. The study found both daily and weekend exercise schedules showed similar levels of health benefits, including lower risk of heart attack, heart failure, and stroke. Doctors recommended adults get at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity a week. Let's go. Miami Mike, you are a specimen of fitness. That's right.
I'm aesthetically pleasing. With my shirt off, people know that. They see me. For the select few that get to see me up close and personal, they know, they can tell you.
Carissa, and all the now.
Go ahead. Name them.
Look,
I don't understand this the health experts like to change their opinion. Every year, something's different. Oh, this is really healthy for you. You should eat this. Then the next year, don't eat that. It's got gluten. They're changing all the time. I think it's quite simple. Get off your butt, get to the gym. You want to look like Miami Mike, you want six-pack abs, get to the gym. Put some work in.
Oh, wow.
Lady T.
Well, I can't really follow that. I just thought, honestly,
we thought we were loud.
Why we did think we were loud? Listen, but honestly, working out on the weekend, I thought the weekend was for turning up. I am not about working out on the weekend. During the week, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, okay, you get your 3 days in, you're good, all right? But then the weekend, that's when the real turn up happens. That's when you really get to slay, and you get to stay all day and get to lay down in the shade. Yeah,
okay.
You're the only one who can rap and got bars, man. I got you.
A final word with you as you wrap it up.
Look, these things don't have to be mutually exclusive, okay? It's all about consistency.
Yes.
You want those six-pack abs, you got to hit the gym. You want shoes like this, you you got to hit the club, you got to make that money,
So
all
you
right?
been working at your feet? Because, like,
Absolutely. You think with shoes like these, I'm not working out?
I didn't know.
You think, hey, you got a Ferrari, you're not keeping it in the garage, all right?
Okay, so you just, and these are the Ferrari on your feet. All right,
So
listen.
we're going to see
I
all
can't
y'all
even,
later on in the show. This is a lot, Lady T.
They
dwarfed
good,
our
though.
personalities.
They did. They took
Okay, still
over.
ahead,
It's
the
their
need
show
for-
now.
That's right. Show them bad boys, bro.
Oh, we got
That's
shoe
money
cam.
right there. That's
Wow, look
money.
at that hair. Oh, boy, look at that contrast. Look, the need for diapers has become a public health crisis after the break. How one local Baltimore group is helping give back to local families. But first, the dirty truth about cleaning your ears. Get that wax out. Wax in, wax out. We're going to tell you all about it coming up next.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Let's be honest, cleaning our ears can be kind of gross. Today, Stacey Bell demonstrates a new and more effective way to keep them clean. Here she is with America's steals and deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
We all get earwax. Ugh, but it's really nothing to be embarrassed about. And you like to use those cotton swabs, but they really don't work because they just push the wax deeper into your ear. The Whoosh powered ear cleaner is really going to help you break up that wax. I'm going to show you how it works. It's really easy. I already have some water. You add warm water, has to be warm. You can use this inside the shower or out of the shower. I'll show you right here. You have this little cup and you put the cup up to your ear. You stick the Whoosh inside and turn it on, and it just starts to break up that wax. And there are 3 different levels, so if you want to go lighter so you don't have a big rush of water in your ear, that works as well. The buildup of wax in your ear can lead to irritation, hearing loss, and the Whoosh is really going to help break down that wax and help you feel better. The other thing I like about it, if you have a bunch of people in the house, your kids, your spouse, there are 6 different attachments, so you can use these, and not everybody's using the same thing to break up the wax in their ears. So this is just going to help you feel a little bit better about yourself and relieve that wax in your ear. Right now, we're offering 35% off the Whoosh powered ear cleaner. It's such a great deal. You want to head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
It's something every family with a young child needs, but not everyone has enough. The need for diapers is being called a public health crisis, but one local Baltimore group is helping out. Share Baby was created in 2014 by 3 moms who wanted to give back, and now it's grown into a massive operation. We're joined now by Valencia Hike, the program director for Share Baby. Welcome, Valencia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, but national data shows 1 in every 2 families struggles with diapers. How did we get to this point?
Inflation, COVID-19, shortages.
Interesting. So it was interesting because you know what? I was thinking about that with the COVID-19. We had the formula situation, but also we had a diaper situation, right? So what does Share Baby do?
So Share Baby provides the gap between what families need and what we're able to provide, so that we can put income back in the household to provide for other items that families may need.
And so how do you get your diapers? How can we help?
So we get diapers by hosting drives, like the one with Sinclair Cares. We also take new and gently used items, and we get items through individuals, corporations, and through our national partnerships.
And how's it going? Are you seeing people after COVID be more giving, or is this still a challenge?
It's we are seeing people being more giving, but it's still a challenge because the need is so great. We are in a public health crisis. Diapers are really expensive, and the need just keeps growing. We're seeing the numbers rise, even double from what we saw last year.
And why do you think that is?
I think it has a lot to do, I'm going to circle back to inflation. It has to do with supply chain issues, again, going back to COVID and people struggling during that time.
And so again, I guess the most important question is, where can people go? How can they help? And what do you need exactly from us?
So people can go to the website and they can donate at the Sinclair Cares website. And if they want to donate locally, they can do the drop-down menu and select Share Baby. They can also go to sharebaby.org and donate monetarily. They can also drop off their new and gently used items at our warehouse or one of our community locations. We also love to have volunteers in the warehouse. And so those are some of the ways that people can give back and support Share Baby.
Alicia, thanks for all you do, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Definitely. Take care. Still ahead, Miranda Lambert gives fans an earful after they tried to snap a selfie at one of her concerts. And a Vegas raid ending with an intense face-off. Lady T's going to spill the tea on the latest. Next. Yes. It's time to spill the tea with Lady T.
Hey, you guys. What's up, fellow tea sippers? All right, let's get to pouring. All right, so there were recent developments in the death investigation of Tupac Shakur. So there was a raid at a Las Vegas home earlier this week. The raid ended with an intense face-off. TMZ, of course, obtained the footage of it. Neighbors say it was quite the chaotic scene, y'all. Police were seen executing some kind of search warrant, and they were shouting, "Please come out with your hands." 2 people were then removed from the home. Some reports said that they were possible suspects in Tupac's murder. The search went on for about 2 hours, y'all. Not sure if anything was found, though. Tupac was killed in 1996, and the murder remains unsolved. Mark, why do I feel like they always get our hopes up that they're getting closer to something, and then we get let down?
I feel
like that's what
like
happens.
this is what the kids say, cap. I think this is cap.
You think it's all cap?
Yeah, I think this is, for
That's
those who
a
know,
lot of chaos for some cap.
Cap
it's like
is a
cap
lie.
chaos.
Cap means a lie. I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? Okay, all right. I'm calling it juicy smoothie out here. All right, I feel you. All right, up next, you guys, rapper Jay-Z is out here making history, y'all. All right, so he reached the multi-platinum milestone. The rap legend is the first black man to earn 10 double platinum solo albums. This, according to Recording Industry Association of America, they updated their certifications. Now, his Blueprint 3 album in 2009 earned 2 million album equivalent sales, and the Black album in 2003 reached quadruple platinum status, increasing Jay's album sales to over $33.5 million, y'all. So congrats to him and to his mama. His mom got recently married. Did y'all see that? I didn't even know mama was seeing anybody, but his mom recently got married too, so he's just winning all around.
I feel like Jay-Z's buying his own records.
First of all, stop playing with me. What is your favorite Jay-Z song?
My favorite Jay-Z song is Meet the Parents.
No, it's not. That can't be it.
It is. It really is.
Not even Blue Magic or like any of the other ones.
No, I'm going
Hard Knock Life. I like Can I Get a What? You don't remember that
That's
one?
so predictable, Lady T. I'm an album cut junior.
Oh, excuse me. I forgot. This is the king of radio DJing out here, y'all. All right, up next, because the tea keeps pouring. All right, so Miranda Lambert is getting dragged online for a recent incident, y'all. So the country music star called out a few concert goers, mainly because they were taking selfies in the middle of her performance. Now, Miranda stopped the concert to address the fans, and now one of the women who got called out, she's speaking out, y'all. She says that she's appalled by the entire incident. The fans said it was 30 seconds at the most, and then they were going to sit back down. She also added that they were so excited to have the best seats in the theater. The fans said that she felt like she was back in school. Now, Mark, should Miranda apologize? I don't feel like... I feel like she may have overreacted a little bit, but when I saw the photo of how close they were like at the stage.
Yeah.
So I can see how it may have distracted her a little bit. Like a little bit, I get it.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
These people paid money, they're huge fans, they're trying to capture the moment.
Yes.
I mean, you know, if Miranda was old, I'd be like surprised, but come on, now this is what people do, this is what the young kids do.
This is why they go there, they want to take selfies with you. You got it, well, not even with her, I'm sorry, but you know, they were
It's like when everybody wants to take pictures with Lady T,
you know what I mean?
always are gracious.
Oh, you can always catch a selfie.
Gracious.
As long as I'm in it. I felt like if they had put her in it, it'd have been a better, even better selfie.
Oh, she wasn't in it.
She was slightly in there, but you couldn't really see her, but she could see them. And she was like, stop. Don't do that no more.
She turned into somebody mama as opposed to being the artist she loved.
That's what it is. It was, but you know, unnecessary drama, whatever. All right, that's it for the tea for today. Now, y'all know what to do at home. Hey, y'all gotta go sip on all that tea.
Man, you make me want to have a cup of tea. Beautiful start to a beautiful day. Here's meteorologist Amy Aronson with a closer look at today's sunrise.
Yeah, let's head south, actually to the Gulf Coast, where they've been enjoying some really pretty summer sunsets each evening. Here's a look at the sun setting last night along with a great hammerhead shark. So if you look closely, I think you can see that showing up in the water there. Here's another look at the sunset from the beach. Absolutely stunning way to wrap up another summery evening. Now, closer to home, we are also dealing with the heat, the humidity. Feels kind of tropical here. Temperatures are hanging out in the 80s already, plus 2 points are up. We're making a run for the low 90s again today. Another hot and humid day ahead of us before storms return late tonight through early Friday. After that, we're actually in for a treat as we head into the weekend. We're going to be drying things out really nicely, and we're going to take a little break from the humidity too, not necessarily the heat. We still have a weather maker that has to move through, though. This cold front is going to push in from the west overnight tonight, sending us our next cluster of showers and storms, and that's what's going to break the heat and the humidity up. Marginal risk for severe weather for the Baltimore area, 1 out of 5 on the threat level scale. damaging wind gusts being our main concern. So let's track that next round of showers and storms. First, it's hot today. High temperatures end up in the low 90s. It's not until late tonight, after 11 o'clock, that this next round of rain and storms pushes in. So while most of us are sleeping, around 2, 3 in the morning, that's when we get this really heavy rain along with some pretty feisty storms. So overnight tonight, it's out of here by the time you head out to commute. So by 5, 6 a.m., it's actually already gone. And after that, it's still going to be hot on Friday, but it will be drier and it won't be quite as humid. And that trend is actually going to carry us into the weekend. So here's your weekend forecast. After the showers early Friday, we're in better shape for the rest of the weekend. Plus, it's going to be hot, highs in the upper 80s on Saturday, low 90s on Sunday. But what's going to be lacking is the humidity, so great for some pool time. Quick look ahead shows rain chances stay down through Monday, but after that, a few showers and storms pop back up along with the 90s. It's going to be hot again for the second half of the week, with the 90s taking us through the following weekend, too.
Our next guests have been carving out the Maryland wrestling scene for many years and making it in their own image. Pro wrestler Miami Mike Walker and his manager Hellfire McGuire join us right now. Now, guys, you look amazing.
Of course.
I'm glad you're here. Last
Always.
time you weren't here, Hellfire.
That's right.
But last time also the belt was here. No disrespect, Miami Mike. No
Are you kidding me?
I'm just starting off.
Are you really going to start off like
All
that?
right, listen. No. Hold on.
Bro. Only because he wasn't here. Hellfire wasn't here. And Mike, now he is here. So what happened?
Miami Mike hit a bit of a snag, just a little hiccup. All right, he's still the champ. They don't stop calling Tyson the champ just because he's not carrying around the belt.
Right. No disrespect,
he's still
Mike,
the champ.
You're my man. You're my man, 50 grand. Come on now.
Okay.
All right, so, matter of fact, give us, okay, are we cool?
Look, we're good.
We're good.
We're
All
okay.
right. I know,
Go
Lady
ahead.
T, Lady T's your girl. She wants us to be cool. So we gotta be cool. Okay, so look, man, give us a shot, a snapshot into the day in the life of how it works.
And I'll tell you what, people think this kind of lifestyle is easy. I say people can't live like me. And now everybody wants to be like Mike. That's quite evident. But believe it or not, most people that step in the ring with me, they're irrelevant. I wake up in the morning, I hit the gym, I get on Instagram, I check my DMs, I see who's hitting me up, I see what promoters are hitting me up. And then after that, my boy right here sets up the section at the club and we go throw down. That's just a typical day.
That's a typical day.
Especially on the weekend.
Okay,
typical
so
day.
I thought it's interesting that you look at the DMs and then you check in with Mike. Mike, what are you doing?
Hellfire, I think you mean.
I'm sorry, Hellfire.
Look, he is the face, all right? He's the product, all right? So they're obviously going to hit him up, and then he's going to send them to me, and I'll handle all that business. He doesn't have time to be talking to promoters. He's got to hit the gym. He's got to get ready for matches. He's got to get ready for the club, all right? So I handle all that and gives him the time to do what he needs to do.
Okay, look, we know you're a specimen, Miami Mike. Why wrestling? Why pro wrestling? Why not football? Why not soccer? Why not?
I played 5 years of football in college. I played for Salisbury University. I was a 2-time NJAC champ, averaged 9.7 yards a carry my last year, went undefeated in the regular season. I had my time playing football. But pro wrestling is the perfect mix of performing and being aggressive. I like to fight. I'll be honest, my whole life, I've loved to fight. And I like getting on center stage. I like all eyes on me. So when I get in that ring, when I step through the curtain, everybody's looking at me, the bright lights are on me. That's where I shine best. So that's why I love pro wrestling.
Our time's running out. Any advice for people who are trying to do what you did? They're trying to be like you, Mike. They're trying to be like Mike. How do they do it?
You know what? I would say the #1 advice I could give anybody that's going into pro wrestling is to not step in the ring with me. Because I'm going to expose you and I'm going to make you look silly. Hellfire.
How can they, well, look, we're running out of time. How can they follow you guys? Because we're running out of time.
All right, that's what we'll do. Follow MCW Pro Wrestling, first of all. Follow at Hellfire McGuire everywhere. Give me your hand.
Miami_Mike_Walker. You can also follow Combat Zone Wrestling on Instagram. That's where you're going to find us.
Mike, I don't know why. Let them see the baby blues, man. Let them see the baby blues, man. Come on now.
You know you're going to get more takers on those dating apps
ladies.
now.
Be careful, ladies. Don't look in the TV set right now. Don't look too hard, okay? Still ahead. Are you looking for love online? Not Miami Mike. He already taken, well, by all the honeys. The people on the sites may not be single on these dating apps. We'll find out what you're talking about coming up next. Turns out a lot of people are cheaters. A new survey finds the majority of people on dating apps like Tinder are already in relationships. Survey found 65% of users were in relationships or even married. On top of that, it turns out a lot of people on the site are not looking to meet someone off the app. Just 50% of users said they're using the app to meet someone in real life. We wanted you to tell it, have you ever used a dating app? Most of you saying never. Okay, that's a shocker. Great show lined up for tomorrow, still ahead. This summer, we'll take you to Florida for a look at all the fun you can have in the sun.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
Man, Miami Mike wanted me to remind you, you can check out the Shane Shamrock Memorial this weekend and go see Mike in action. Okay, have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.